Alright guys, today we're looking at differential equations. Now we said at the beginning of the year, or earlier in the year, specifically when we were doing some integrals, that differential equations will show back up. Now, a differential equation is any derivative looking equation that can be solved by finding its integral. Sometimes at a specific solution, sometimes not. So like this would be a differential equation. It can be solved by finding the integral. Now, this one looks a little more complex than what we're used to though. Normally, we just see a dy over dx, we integrate, we solve, we're done. This one, we have a y down here as well. This calls for a special method, I would say, to solve differential equations, which is called separation of variables. The idea here is we want to get the y on the same side as dy, and we need the x on the same side as dx. So the easiest way to do that is cross multiply here. So we say 3y dy equals 4x dx. And now we're treating each side as its own integral. So the integral of 3y dy is 3y squared over 2. The integral of 4x dx is 4x squared over 2 plus c. And then we'd simplify. So 3 over 2 y squared equals 2x squared plus c. Y squared equals 4 over 3x squared plus c. And then it really kind of depends. If you had to solve for a c, then you would need to solve for y equals by itself. But since we're not solving for a c, we don't know if this is going to be plus root 4 over 3x squared or if it's going to be minus root 4 over 3x squared. So leaving it at this is perfectly fine if we're leaving c in the equation. Okay? For this one, similar thing. We're going to hit the dx with the x, the y with the dy. So 1 over y dy equals x dx. We're going to do the integral. So we have natural log absolute value of y equals x squared over 2 plus c. And now we're going to get rid of the natural log. To get rid of the natural log, we're going to raise the other side with a base of e. So e to the x squared over 2 plus c. Now, there's a special bit of simplification we can do here. All right, let's think back to our power rules. When you have x to the 4 plus 3, you're adding exponents when you're multiplying common bases. So x to the 4th times x to the 3rd. All right, which means if we have addition here, we can say this is e to the x squared over 2 times e to the c. And since c is a constant and e is a constant, e to the c power is just going to be c and then e to the x squared over 2. Okay. We have more practice we could do, but let's talk about one that actually has a specific solution. So solve the differential equation through the point 1 comma 3. This is not a great problem because it doesn't tell us technically which one is t, which one is y, but we're going to assume it's t comma y. So we'll solve the differential equation. We'll do the integral of both sides. So natural log absolute value of y equals t squared over 2 plus c. And here's the first thing I would tell you. I would say to solve for c immediately when you get it. Because usually when you see these problems on the AP exam, you'll have 1 point for separation of variables, 1 point for the correct integral, and then 1 point for solving for c. All right? So if you do that early, you can get 3 points. And then the last point is usually simplification. So let's say you get your simplification wrong. If you do your simplification wrong and you wait to solve for c till after you simplify, well, you're going to end up with the wrong c and you're going to do your simplification wrong. So you can lose 2 points. So if we solve for it immediately, we get a chance for more points. So we have natural log of 3 equals 1 over 2 plus c. So c is equal to natural log of 3 minus 1/2. All right, so now we're going to go and plug it back in and solve for y. So we have y equals e to the t squared over 2 plus natural log of 3 minus 1/2. And we can simplify this. This is e to the t squared over 2 times e to the natural log of 3 times e to the negative 1/2. Now, These two that aren't going to simplify anymore, I'm going to leave combined. So I'm going to say this is e to the t squared over 2 minus 1/2. Easy enough. This one will simplify. E to the natural log of 3 is just 3, and so I'm going to bring that down to the front. Okay? So there's our final answer. All right? Let's see if there's another one we need to go over. More solving, more solving. All right, so these are just some more practice with trying to find the specific solution. All right, aside from that, y'all let me know if you have any questions. Y'all have a great